okay, Boingo?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let me just give myself some space.
Pee poo poo.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Analytical Fanboys, the monthly media club, book club, media cast, whatever. One of us picks a thing and we talk about it, and Cody has picked something very wonderful today, the DreamWorks animated film, The Wild Robot. I'm one of your amazing co-hosts, Buster, and with me is the other three amazing co-hosts. Introduce yourselves.
No, I don't think I would call myself amazing.
Yeah,
quote-unquote
I don't identify as amazing. I'm sorry.
Spectacular?
Half man, half amazing.
I identify as uncanny.
Alright, so the uncanny Boingo Rider, alright.
I identify as adequate.
The adequate Simeon Scott.
No, that's fuck. That should have been what they call the Great Lakes Avengers.
The adequate Avengers.
The
Goddamn.
adequate Great Lake Avengers.
Dang. And of course, the special man of the hour, Cody. So, Cody, why did you pick The Wild Robot for us to engage with?
I wanted an excuse to watch this movie finally,
Ooh.
both with my partner and in general. I know that you appreciated it, Buster, when you saw it in theater.
I did?
And I also just was interested because it's another movie that I managed to still be pretty oblivious to, but just knowing that most people say good things about it, so I know it's something I will enjoy. And I most certainly did.
Hell
and I
yeah.
reckon we could all get our first thoughts out, starting with whoever wishes. Simeon.
Whoa.
Surprise.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So when the original teaser trailer for this movie dropped, and it was all like just footage set to a song with no dialogue, I was really excited about this movie. I thought, like, oh my god, DreamWorks is turning a real corner. They're going to become the artsy fartsy studio because Pixar has fallen so far. And when we found out that there was actually going to be dialogue in the movie, I completely lost interest. I'm going to be honest. I actually forgot this movie existed from pretty much that point until Cody picked it. So I went in with very low expectations. And the movie certainly exceeded those expectations, but I still don't think it's an amazing movie. I think it has some really good animation, but a lot of the story just kind of smacks of stuff I've seen before and doesn't feel like particularly interesting or insightful to me.
Very cool.
What did Boingo
Okay.
think?
It is a really, really good movie, and I'd say it's at the level of, you know, when Pixar was doing like great work, but not every movie was a bona fide like, this is fucking groundbreaking cinema.
Monsters,
Sometimes
Inc.
it was just like really just damn good. It was Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, Bugs Life, those kind of like, this is top tier stuff, but it's not blowing the doors off of anything or like whatsoever. This feels like just like a minor tidge, not even a smidge, just a little bit below that. Mainly just because of the way some of the dialogue was written, and we can get into that. But the concepts at play, what they were trying to do, how it does those things for a family audience, I thought was really cool, really good. And it also, it frames the way you look and watch the movie also frames, I think, a little bit how you think about it. And me and Buster will probably get into that. But
Yeah.
I overall really liked it.
I should mention like some of the people behind this movie. Chris Sanders is the guy who directed this movie, who is very famous for directing Lilo and Stitch 2002 and the original How to Train Your Dragon movie. So,
that's who that guy is? Okay.
Yeah, Chris Sanders. Yeah, he also does the voice of Stitch for all the just everything now. So, like,
Oh wow.
So yeah, he's getting a
It
good
definitely does have the whimsy there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has that. Like,
it's a big shame that we have to describe his movie as 2002 and not just Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we could also say Lilo and Stitch, the good one.
Yeah, but that's still like, oh man,
you're gonna get some dumbass contrarian going like, "What do you mean? They're both good."
Well,
Stitch
hey,
has a
guess
glitch.
what? If they want to come into our comment section, I've got a nice aluminum baseball bat with their name
Well,
on it.
all right. We're already getting violent. Actually,
In
that's
Minecraft, he has a bat in Minecraft for you.
yeah, he modded it in. But actually, that brings me to one of my favorite parts of the movie: the first half savagery of the animals, because especially in the first half of this movie, before all the animals come together in a community, which I also like. The animals in this movie. Oh, actually, we should probably explain. Basically, this movie takes place in a forest of like a bunch of animals, and there's a lot of great scenes when the robot is Roz is like interacting with them. That you just see like all of them kind of fighting each other or like trying to like have they really don't. I mean, it's still like a family movie.
They're being
but they
animals.
yeah, they're
Mhm.
animals, and they do play around with like the mess of like what animal man the messiness of animals of like the bird like Roz accidentally kills the mother of one of the animals that is like a major character, and then like there's this really great scene where all the Roz is like looking around and like basically you see the entire like example of a food chain where like each animal eats the other or like and it's like
It is important to note that a very important thing does happen where Roz does just kind of shut down to go into learning mode to observe everything happening in order
Yeah.
to both, I guess, explain why the animals can talk and Roz can like see like the emotions of those animals and also just to. I mean, it makes sense in that way. I think it's not too far fetched, like for a cartoon to
Yeah,
be able
and
to
it's
I
more
will
it's more
say,
understand.
even though I
verisimilitude.
don't like the animals talking, I thought that was a very clever explanation for it, and I appreciated that they even thought to include that because a lot of movies would just be like, "No, we're just going to have the animals talk because we need to have a plot happen."
Yeah. Actually, like a lot of the voices for the animals did surprise me. Like all the voice actors do a great job, but specifically Pedro Pascal as the fox. That did not sound like Pedro Pascal to me. That sounded more like a Ben Schwartz type character. I don't know
I
how you
Kind
straight
of
guys
up
felt.
sounded
I
like
straight up didn't
the
recognize
Fantastic Mr.
Pedro
Fox.
Pascal until the credits. I thought like, oh, that's
Because
someone
he's
I
not a fox.
know, but I was not thinking of Pedro Pascal. I was like, I was running through my Rolodex of white actors.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Ben Schwartz.
mean, Pedro Pascal's technically white.
Well, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, that's going into weird bullshit. I was just more like,
Only
wait a
his
second, hold
hair
on.
on the side of his head.
Anyway, yeah, but like a lot the great like Lupita the I forgot I don't know how to pronounce that name, but the actress who
Lupita
Mr.
does
Castle in the
Nyong'o.
Sky.
there you go, yeah, though that she does great job as the robot. You got even like actors like Stephanie Hoos and Matt Berry, even freaking Mark Hamill as like the bear who only gets a couple lines, but
Who
he
voiced
does his
the
Mark Hamill.
Matt, Matt Berry as the is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
Bill Nye
Nye?
almost didn't recognize him, but does a great job. And fucking Vin Rhames as the Hawk, that was incredible.
Who
yeah.
was Bill Nye?
No,
Bill
Bill
Nye
Nye is the older
played
goose.
Longneck. He's the goose that was like
Wow.
the elder leader who's like, all right, can you keep up with us? All right, cool, you're good.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, probably Catherine O'Hare's best performance in a long time.
Yeah, I mean I didn't really like Beetlejuice too, so yeah.
I haven't seen it, but like
Don't it's
she hasn't done much that's notable to me in recent years. So seeing her in this for like the first couple scenes, I thought she was oh god, what's the actress's name? The lady who voices is the cat lady from BoJack Horseman. I thought it was that voice actor. So when
Lindsay.
yeah, I
I
got the
almost said
Google.
Leslie. No, but that's her Parks and Rec character.
no, but when it got
Amy
to the end
Poehler?
credits, I saw it was Catherine O'Hara. I was like, oh hey, yeah, okay, that works.
Also, if you're talking about Princess Carolyn, Amy Sedaris voices her. So,
Ah, yes.
Jason Sudeikis got it.
yeah, but yeah, just a
The whole
great
cast
like
is pretty good. It is a celebrity voice cast, but the whole
yeah,
cast does good.
but like it's they pay. It doesn't really like. Of course, like Pedro Pascal's a hot name right now.
It doesn't feel gimmicky. It's not like when you're watching Madagascar and it's like, yep, they got Chris Rock to do his Chris Rock thing. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it does
feels
sound
like
like they're doing like true voice acting, and even though like I can't tell that's Matt Berry, like it does some work to differentiate from the. I mean, it sells the character, I guess, for me.
yeah.
Just they're all all of the different animals being so differently characterized, and then I don't know, it's nice.
But I do want to circle back around to what Buster was talking about earlier with the whole um animals just acting like animals thing early on in the movie. That was probably like one of my favorite things about the movie, speaking positively, because I was just so surprised that they allowed that to be, even though it's a little bit more of like a straddling the line of, is this for kids, is this adult animated movie, in a big
National
budget
Geographic
animated
exists.
kid. True, but like in a big budget animated kids movie, you expect them to dull that stuff down a little bit. And the movie, like, it doesn't get gruesome, but the movie really doesn't shy away from that. Like, there will be a character, and then the next second they'll get eaten. And I kind of loved seeing that in an animated movie.
Here's the thing. I don't think the animalistic stuff got toned down after Ross learns how to talk animal. I think she can talk animals, so now she can see their logic.
Yeah.
You know?
I just say first
And
half
then
because it
they
just
can
stood out to
reason.
me more in the first half. It doesn't like disappear, but it's like it
It
just
does no,
stood out.
because it's a major driving force of the story. Ross goes through like a whole arc with the world where she's like, "Hey, I understand this is how you do things, but in these specific circumstances, it would be smarter not to do these things and work together."
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Buster, is it time? Is it time to talk about
Yes.
autism?
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
for nobody, for those new here, me and Boingo have a little thing in our brains.
You're talking as if we have bullshit in. We're
Yeah, you guys are
neurodivergent.
very artistic, right?
You could say that.
And here's the thing. Logically, that means the other two in this podcast are also probably neurodivergent, statistically speaking.
Yeah, in some way.
Oh,
But
for sure.
anyway. Yeah, me and Boingo both
We're
have
diagnosed. We have paperwork.
we have paperwork proving that we have autism, and I have ADHD as well. And a lot of this film spoke to us. I feel very
Multiple ways.
boy, multiple ways. Like with like the whole like following missions, and then like breaking like the self-doubt, especially Ross feels.
Well, first things first. Here's a quick question: who's the protagonist?
The wild robot.
Is it not the family unit? Because all of them go through an arc, and all of them have to learn and grow and become and understand the neurodiversity that
It
they
also
all.
really does become, and we haven't talked about him much yet, which is funny, but it does really become Brightbill's story for a huge chunk of the movie.
Because I think this movie is directly trying to do an interesting thing. And I'm explaining this to you as someone who has like a family with this very unique dynamic. Roz is an undiagnosed neurodivergent person trying to raise a character who is very clearly, understandably diagnosed differently character who has to do something different, and coming to terms with, oh, I'm different, and that made my child different, and now I have to reckon with what I am so I can help my child be the best that they can be.
Yeah, I did feel that part of the movie really did hit hard for me. Where it's like autistic parenting. I was like, I'm not a parent myself yet, but it's like,
right, but it's my family. A lot of my older people in my family, my aunts, my uncles, my father, they weren't diagnosed. It was not a thing back then. It was, oh, you're just a little different. And now my whole generation, all of us as cousins and grandkids, we're all going like, no, we have this thing on our brain. And the older generation is going like, wait a second, that explains so much of everything. And it's just that weird reconciliation of like,
or in a lot of families, Boingo, they're going, what are you talking about? We didn't have that back then.
Oh no, I'm speaking directly with my family. My family tends to be very like my aunt was going like, hey, it turns out I have autism. I was like, yeah, that was kind of obvious, but I'm glad you're happy with that, you know? That's why I'm talking about on that level. But the movie does show a very metaphorical way of like handling it, which is you do the best you can, you find community that can help you, and you get teachers that can help your kid the best that they can, i.e., oh, your duck has small wings? get a bird with small wings to help him learn to fly.
Yeah, like it's very it's a power of friendship movie, but like in like a very tactile way. I feel.
Yeah,
And I appreciate that it does approach the idea that like being kind and like trying to work together, even though that's not exactly how it was supposed to go, is actually beneficial. Um, just because it's so easily, even like at ages like that, treated as not that.
Yeah, or
I think the
some
movie
people
is
might like
also a good
it's a little
introduce to like death.
a little bit of cynicism, like with the like even like movies that could preach it just have a little bit of like but you know you still should fend for yourself, like a little bit of like edge to it. But no, this is like completely earnest in it, which is great to see. Yeah, animation, like this is a post Spider-Verse world, so of course the animation is above average. Above average is kind of a mean thing. No, it's really good. It's really good.
It does have some very pretty moments.
It is post the Pixar is the ideal world.
Yeah, very much so. Very much like
it has its own unique style. Everything is a little bit cel shaded, but it all kind of has this vibe of being like almost a very picturesque nature magazine.
It feels very just say it's really pretty. It does not have to be in other connection of other things.
Right. Honestly, the thing I think it takes the most visual inspiration isn't from Spider-Verse. It's from the covers of the novels that it's based off.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm just saying like
look at the covers.
I just say post Spider-Verse words like animation studios realize, oh wait, we can be different.
I think we're all just trying to clarify. We're using that as a timeline, not as a comparison.
Yeah.
There's that, and also I got some general just like not just from the animation, but also from the writing and the way it kind of depicts machinery in this world and what humanity is going through. I got some Wall-E vibes.
I can see that. Yeah. But like they don't really focus too much on humanity. Like you only see like 3 humans in like a video in this movie. Like everything else is either robots or animals.
There's a few direct interactions with humanity, and there's also like some visuals that very much indicate we're in a post economic crisis, or not economic ecological crisis world.
And the first entire like scene before Roz learns to speak with the animals is a pretty good example of like how humanity chooses to interact with its surroundings anyway. I mean, I think that was intentional. Just continuously thinking that you are helping, but like I said, I do think the movie moves through what it's trying to say and the various messages it's trying to deliver pretty well.
I do think it's interesting on how it touched the ecological stuff, because it is very clear that humanity is trying to let nature heal and fix itself from the fuck we did to it. But by sequestering and isolating themselves, they create a situation where they can cause more harm when it gets out of their control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also looks like the island from the game Brink.
I could.
No, it's fascinating. It's just going in the movie because it's North America. These are all North American animals, but the way it presents nature in the movie, it feels like I'm learning. Feels like learning about all these creatures for the first time again. It's a little bit childlike wonder.
Yeah, like the whimsy and like the way they like basically explain it as like newer concepts, even though these are concepts most of us are familiar with, is really great. I can't imagine like if you're a kid watching this and being introduced to a lot of this stuff for the first time, like I like that must be like a spiritual experience, man.
Yeah, so that was kind of my
National
big
Geographic does exist.
That
is for children. Children watch that and like. They do show like the hard moments of nature, the reality of nature.
I was speaking of just like
I was more just like, oh, I'm so used to seeing like bears and moose and foxes as like animals, and it's like, oh no, they are beautiful, interesting creatures within their ecosystem that I'm just so used to them because I've like lived next door to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
There's also just like. I think my biggest hang-up with the movie is kind of going back to what Buster was saying a minute ago about like if you're a kid watching this, it's gotta like blow your mind because it has so many concepts arranged in such a unique and well executed way, but they're all concepts that I've seen in fiction before. The found family, the lovable rogue who learns to be more of a team player, the oddball who doesn't understand the world but slowly grows to be a huge influence on it, the oddball kid who has to find their place and eventually ascends to a position of authority. Like I've seen all of that before, and because of it, and also because of a personal hangup I might get into in a few minutes, um, I didn't vibe with the movie as hard. I was watching it and going like, okay, this is really well executed, but I'm not like emotionally invested. I don't care. And I don't mean that as like a this is bad or the movie didn't do its job right. I think it's just like I I don't know. I don't know that there's a term that's right for it because it's not I'm a little too old because some of you guys are older than me and you clearly got really into it, but it's just like I'm seeing the machinery a little more than I'm seeing the image the machinery is creating.
You're
See,
allowed to
here's
not like something that other people like.
yeah, that is
That
a
is
thing.
what
But
you're
also,
feeling.
Tim, you got to remember, I'm a weirdo theater pilled brain guy. I'm used to reading epic theater, where a lot of the point is not to be emotionally attached. So sometimes I don't even think or register about emotional attachment to a movie.
Yeah. And I guess I could mention like my only hang up with the movie, like while we're here. There's a really good montage, but it's bogged down by the only instance of a lyrical song inserted into like a
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, that scene was great, but the song choice sucked.
yeah, it's like
That felt
especially because
like
they
it
don't do
was.
that like often in the movie, except until the end credits. But the end credits is acceptable because it's the end credits. But it's like
That
that was
definitely
just
feels like we gotta have a summer movie. We gotta have a summer song. And I'm
yeah.
sorry, I know you have your artistic vision, but we're gonna do this instead.
That felt like the only part where it's like, the executives went to Chris Sanders and the boys and be like, "Hey, we need a song. We need a lyrical song. You can make this
Marketing
artsy
department
movie."
and a marketing department, they gotta have stuff in the latch on to.
Here's the
Yeah, even
thing.
though the
You
yeah
want to know what would have made that better?
what
Fuck, I can't remember his name. That would have made the joke a lot better. Oh, what's his name? Now I can't finish it in the Joker's room, but I
Meatloaf.
need to finish. No,
Smash Mouth.
I think
you're gonna immediately know what the joke was gonna be as soon as I say it.
Are you thinking of fucking Owl City?
No, Phil
Okay.
Collins.
that Phil in as Collins, yeah.
I think I do wonder if Phil Collins is like just we like him because of nostalgia. Because I hear older people complain about him sometimes.
No,
I
absolutely
think it's
not.
like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but
I've seen that man
fine.
live in concert. That man is a fucking genius. I love Phil
I
Collins.
think when it
Alright.
comes to
Yeah,
like
no, I
Disney,
love
there's a
him.
little bit more argument because a little bit older people are like, it was weird that he just showed up for like a couple movies.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That being
mean,
And like
said,
of
though,
course that's not
Son
gonna
of
be his
Man is
best,
like
most
an all
like
timer.
interesting work.
that's not really weird. That's just kind of how like shit. I mean, the movie we're watching has Pedro Pascal in it because he's popular. Like that happens.
No, I
Yeah.
mean more of like, oh, they were musicals, and now it's just Phil Collins singing over it
Yeah,
instead of
like
it
the
being a musical.
Tarzans and the
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily
Tarzan
the
was
music was bad, just more of how it was structured within the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, that one probably was the most Phil Collinsy moment of the film. uh
And that's may also just me, my brother Bear fucking love flowing in of like, oh yeah, North
I need to
American
rewatch that
animal
film.
wilderness.
Man, Brother
Phil
Bear fucking
Collins.
rules. We got to do that on the show someday.
I think that's one of the reasons why I got so much out of this is because I have always had a soft spot for pretty much any animated movie. That's like
Yeah.
that was my preferred medium of anything up until like a very not recent anymore, but like a pretty long time throughout my life where I would still watch like live action stuff, but I would rarely ever be interested in anything other than cartoons or any of my main interests or anything like that. Like I wouldn't really get into live action stuff until I think it was Bones was like the first show I like watched all the way. But either way, um, I'm always a sucker for like a heartfelt kids movie.
Yeah, like a good kids movie, like I feel like is just really like it. Like it's not gonna be like it doesn't always have to be the most groundbreaking, but it does hit different when it's like just a nice like pleasant like yeah this is for kids, but it's like it I can still enjoy it and just like yeah I've seen these before, but it's like it's so well executed and like I know kids are gonna get a lot out of it. That's like yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because a lot of times it really isn't about whether or not you saw it before. It's like most people are going to be seeing this for the first time, and that's why I was saying like it is a good springboard into like understanding not how fickle but how like fragile a lot of
Nature
like
is
the
yeah.
ecosystem can be, and just a lot of like I don't know. I think it does feel like it would spring people's interest into that.
Right.
And I mean, not everyone's going to be interested in animals to begin with, but that's a lot of reason why stuff like this exists, or like Steve Irwin and Coyote Peterson and shows like that existed to like simply spread awareness and drum up interest in nature. Because the more people that are ultimately aware of stuff like that, the more simply better it will be for the immediate surrounding. Research
Yeah.
keystone species if you get the chance.
Yeah, this is like, and also like, if I may talk, because I'm also like, but outside of like, this has kind of been a weird decade for DreamWorks, like in general. The animation studio who made the movie, because like it's not like they're always they didn't really have a hot streak like Pixar did, but they did have like a lot of like classic movies for
Puss
like
in Boots.
yeah, Puss in Boots. I mean, hey, Puss in Boots was the Puss in Boots decade. Like I was actually gonna ask, has anyone here seen The Last Wish? Because I feel like that's like that and the
I have
Bad
not.
Guys coming out in
Oh,
the
I've seen
same.
Bad
I
Guys
have
1.
I have not seen Puss in Boots, but I will say like one of the things that just like initially put a bad taste in my mouth with this movie was the fucking MCU ass fucking company intro they had at the start of this.
Oh,
Where it's like, look at all
That's
of our
been their
lot of
new. That's
people.
been their new one for a while.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
been
they showed that
since I
a little
think
while ago.
Puss in Boots. Like that was like they put it on there. Yeah, yeah. I know that a lot of people. That there was a day on Twitter when we used Twitter. That was bullshit. Anyway,
I might have even been involved with that. I
It's
don't
the
know. It's
Shrek
just
music
whenever
that they
companies
use.
do that now, I'm like, that's lame. Do something simple and cool.
yeah. I'm like, obviously, you still have the DreamWorks like boy. So
Mhm.
and like I like even the previous DreamWorks movies did some funny stuff of the boy. So um, but yeah, like the Bad Guys and Last Wish, like both like really pushed the technical limits of the animation. Um, but then also they just kind of had a lot of like they've kind of also been like they're half measured. They're not like completely like Pixar where it's just sequels. They're still doing like original stuff or like adaptations of books. But they're still like being forced to do like a Kung Fu Panda 4 and a Shrek 5 and like Bad Guys too, but like that's still pretty good. So it's been like a weird like half and half. So it's like really interesting. That's like when they hit, but when they miss, it's like ooh, that's a big miss. You know, and they've kind of always been that way. But it's like, and like this movie's kind of like the like I feel like a really good like the peak of them hitting hard. I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. It's also just like I don't think I follow anything that closely, and because that was a part of my YouTuber brain that I really wanted to ditch. I don't like getting
No, that's
obsessed
completely
with
fair.
a company's output anymore.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. And I'm just like saying, I was just like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm just casually looking. I'm not even like counting like the live action shit or whatever. It's like, I'm just like looking at like their list of animated films. It's just like, yeah, like it's been a kind of a weird decade for them.
Yeah,
It's
and I
like,
mean
I feel like,
that being said, like ask me about the DC Studios output in 2 years.
hey, you're the James Gunn gun. Hey,
Oh
Hey! Gun
boy.
to your head! Gun to your head!
you gun to your head.
I guess I
Hey,
gotta go back and watch Sliver and Super and Tromeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I still have,
And
I still
PG
haven't seen those.
porn. PG porn is also a thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, but like, yeah, it is like interesting to see. I think this was also like there was like I forgot which movie, but there was a movie that was like the last movie produced like in house at DreamWorks before like a bunch of like restructuring happened and they had to outsource a lot. I think this might have been the last in house DreamWorks, which sucks. The animation industry and like just Hollywood in general has just kind of been big for screwed up. So yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Buster. It is unfair how they treat crabs at the very start of this.
I
was waiting for it.
But yeah, because there is a crab in this movie, and it's great.
That crab gets
There's a few.
brutally murdered. Let's be honest. That's the most brutal death in the movie.
It probably is, yeah.
We see the head of a crow.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
That's true, but like you see that crab get boiled alive on screen and then eaten.
You also see one get grabbed by a bird
Yeah.
at the very
It's
start.
fucking great.
Yeah. So yeah, do we have anything else we want to say?
I want to mention that her name, Roz, is a reference to Rossum's Universal Robots.
Oh.
I want to mention that a big part of
What
my
is
bias
that?
with this movie, because did you? Fucking sure.
Rossum's Universal Robots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a play. It was the first recorded time someone referred to as an automaton as a robot.
Like
I've literally never heard of
Like
that.
that's where the word robot comes from.
I
From
probably
around,
heard
like,
that before, but it's been so long.
it's ancient almost. Like
I mean, it's ancient history.
Yeah, it is very old. Rossum's Universal Robot was a Czech play from 1921. And robot comes from the Czech word robotnik, I think it is.
Dr. Robotnik again.
Yeah, well, someone had to say it.
Well, robotnik was slave in Czech, I think.
Oh.
So it was kind of like going like, oh, they're robots, they're workers for us. And the whole story of Rossum's Universal Robots is basically everybody starts using the robots, and then they go like, hey, we don't want to do this, fuck you, and do the robots take over. The first major robot sci-fi story is a robots take over story.
Wow.
Because we want it.
But a thing that needs to be understood is that the robots in Rossum's Universal Robots aren't robots how we think of them, like metals and shit. They're bio-organic, like, automatons.
I see.
Synth-organic biomechanoid.
Closer to, like, the replicants in Blade Runner.
Yeah. So sorry, I don't got nothing else to add. It's just really interesting. That's interesting, actually. Like I didn't even like make that connection.
Roberts always be cool.
It's more of a reference than anything like substantial thematically, but you know,
I mean, it's more. It's still really cool. Like a really cool, like artistic reference to further emphasize the themes. I think this robot's they're breaking the mold because that's just they could again. It's like about reassessing your programming and shit, and I think that's a really valuable lesson for anybody.
Always check yourself.
Simeon, you said you had something you want to say. Wait, Boingo, did you have?
No, it's just more of a separate thing.
Okay.
Simeon, you had another complaint you had?
Yeah, I kind of alluded it to earlier. I fully acknowledge this is a personal hang up, but I just want to say, I fucking hate geese. I live on a property that has a lot of geese. Like they're constantly migrating in and out. When one group leaves, another arrives. There's no fucking break from them, and they are just horrible, noisy assholes who will attack you if you get too close. Their kids are cute, I'll admit that, but adult geese are fucking assholes, and I don't like them, and that probably made me a little bit biased about this movie.
Well, something doesn't need to be
liked or loved. So got it.
loved.
Don't recommend Untitled Goose Game. Gotcha.
No, that's where you get to be a goose and an asshole. You get to be the asshole goose.
Yeah, true.
Something does not need to be liked or loved to verify or be allowed to exist. They are
Agreed.
not there for you to appreciate.
Hey, guess what? I like and love you.
Wrong.
Wrong. Oh my god, Cody's savage today. Yeah. Do you want to wrap up, or do we still got things?
What do you want to do? Do you want to tell everyone else what we're gonna do?
No, that's for we have to wrap up our thoughts first before I tell everyone what's next.
It is getting a sequel. I've been.
Oh yeah. There is.
Wow.
Yeah, there is there's other books to adapt. So because I think this adapted 1.5 of the books. So it's and I've heard they made some pretty major changes. So it'll be interesting to see how the story continues. If it manages to continue.
I saw a list of major changes, and it seems to be just bumping up the action.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. You know, you gotta, with the more heart, the way that, yeah, because the final act kind of felt like a bit of like. I mean, I liked the final act. And I
It
thought it was
almost
good.
feels like a different movie at times.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't mind that, but it's just like I don't know. Personally, it's just like kind of like I kind of miss the nature stuff. I kind of miss the vibes and like like the more naturistic elements. But I get it. That's kind of part of the point of the final act, where it's like we're being in like the robots are overstating their territory.
Humanity is overstating its territory.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah, true.
Humanity's negligence, thinking that they are separate from nature, is destroying the nature.
Yeah.
Which is what I say all the time when people go like, "Oh, we just need to let nature do its thing." It's like, motherfucker, we are nature.
We are the nature.
Whenever people mention animals as like another thing, I am always the first to go, but humans are animals, right? We're not fucking special just because we know how to make forks.
Because monkeys can make forks, and they do use tools, and they're considered to be in the Stone Age.
Yeah. It's a whole
Perhaps in
thing.
1,000 years they will save us.
Planet of the
When we
Apes.
are woolly mammoth, woman mammoth.
Woman,
I am
you're
every woman.
mammoth.
Yeah. But yeah, I do you wanna like everyone say their final thoughts?
My thoughts are final. I
I'm
love
gonna
me a
finalize
good
my thoughts right now. Let me just hit the final thoughts button. Okay,
Alright,
there.
first let's let Cody talk.
thoughts and priors and friars. No, I mean overall I enjoy it. I love the design. Anything that can give me a good asymmetric robot design by the end of it is appreciated. And I like I always love the trope of nature forcing its way, not necessarily nature, but like love specifically overpowering other things.
Yay.
The idea of a soul, a good movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Next.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Felt very beautiful nature postcardy, like it's very picturesque. And I enjoyed a lot of the themes, the environmental themes, the themes of family and neurodiversity and all that. I think it did a pretty solid job.
I thought it was
Simeon?
all right. The animation was definitely the most impressive thing. Once again, didn't love the tropes at play, but I thought they were used effectively to say some new stuff. Overall, it's much more like a 6 or a 7 to me than an 8 or a 9 that I think everybody else is reading it at. But hey, at least it's not a Simeon completely hates the thing and everybody else loves it episode.
Well, I love the movie. It was great to rewatch it again after the cinema, and yeah, it's definitely like not my not my like favorite anime movies, but definitely like a one I'll be like for this decade of film that I'm like yeah I'll point to and like being like a kid I should recommend this like any young viewers or like parents or that want to watch a film with their kid.
Yeah, I'll probably try and show this to my nephew in like another 2 years or so.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, so we finished the Wild Robot. How about
Were
we
we
do
gonna let
some?
Boingo say a final thought?
Oh,
I did.
no,
I said
we did.
Oh, you did. We did get everybody.
We
You
got
did.
everybody. So now I must. This is gonna be a long one.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
So all I'm gonna add, I'm just gonna get right into it. Roses are red, violets are blue. One day we'll cruise down Red Blood Gulch Avenue. It's red versus red, blue versus blue, I against I, and me against you. Red versus
right,
blue
how
from
many-
Rooster Teeth.
How many
How
fucking
many
my
seasons?
We're not doing all the seasons. We're not gonna do all the seasons.
I'm gonna do it.
We're not gonna do all the seasons because some of
I'm
it
gonna
gets
do it.
okay. First 13, but if you don't want to do first 13, first 10.
Oh my god, how many fucking episodes are there a season?
No, okay. Here's the thing: the way
They're like
each
5
a
minutes
movie,
an episode, though.
yeah, 5 minutes an episode, and each season is cut into a movie in this link I've posted you.
Oh,
So we're only
Yeah.
doing
This
the
is the
first
perfect time.
says
because
you.
okay, we're only
Okay,
doing.
so right up until where I finished, where I was like, I'm done. I'm not watching anymore.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. We're going to do the first 13, but I'm also giving you a little bonus. The finale movie that aired last year, Restoration. Because this does follow up from season 13. So technically, you got like 14 things to watch, like because each season is cut into like a movie length.
Let's have
thing.
the mom.
Yep. I decided
I'm
to be
for it.
evil this month.
Simeon,
I
you
decided
said
to
you
be
were
evil.
for it. This is your fault.
Yeah,
I said no such thing, Buster.
You
I
did.
wanted to finish Micronauts by the end of next month.
you could. I should have suggested Micronauts. God damn it. But
Ah,
yeah, no, this
Jesus.
is something I like. I want to recommend something Rooster Teeth related, and I feel like this is just you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna be self indulgent this month.
Listen, Helldivers just announced its ODST crossover,
Yeah,
and I was praying to the heavens when they released the Xbox trailer, because the last like 10 seconds of that trailer, like it cuts to black and then it cuts to like one of the cities on like one of the colonized planets, and it plays the first couple of notes of ODST. Having an
yeah,
excuse to go back into some other Halo stuff, especially shit that like I watched as it came out. I might have to go borrow or at least go take a picture of my friend Jake's caboose sweater he has as well. Just
you definitely send that to me.
I kind of just got out of my Halo mood, so this is going to be interesting.
I thought, dang
Ooh.
it. I'm so sorry, Simeon, because I was like, oh, he's played the Halo games. He can.
I
maybe
mean,
get some-
I'm going to watch it. It's just like, we're going to see how well it takes, because it's also like old internet humor that I missed out on.
Yeah, I will say a lot of the old internet humor is kind of rough, but there's actual some storytelling that goes on that I think is pretty interesting, and that's why I recommended this. Also just because I like it, I like the characters. So
it'll be a very enjoyable watch. It's probably going to make me start playing Halo again, which is great because I
Yeah.
think we're also getting it on the PlayStation.
yeah,
Other than
eventually.
Helldivers.
Question. Wait,
What
how
did
are
you
you
say,
going to play
Blue?
Halo? Do you have an Xbox?
We're
No,
getting
like
it on
because
PlayStation.
yeah,
Oh,
like there's
okay.
been rumors
Do you
for a
think
while
it'll
that's
still
like
be
Also, the Mr.
cross-platform?
Chef collection is on Steam.
Master
yeah,
Chief
but like
Collection.
Cody doesn't have the PC.
I have an
PC.
Xbox.
Yeah.
I have that collection installed on that Xbox.
Yeah,
We could play co-op on one of the fucking games.
That would be beautiful.
But yeah, red
I
versus
will walk you
blue.
through every
That's
single
The whole podcast next month, we're also playing Halo at the same time.
that would be really funny. I mean that's kind of like I'll get to it when we get to the show, but like that's kind of how it started. So yeah, I am very curious to see if this will miss or hit. But you know what? I got to do a ballsy one. I haven't done a ballsy one in a bit. So
All right,
yeah.
just know I'm gonna make you pay for it next month.
Ooh.
We need to torture each other's more, honestly. We've been too nice. All right.
You
So
say that, but then the last one I did, y'all were like, "This is torture."
Not for me. Not for me. I like the things you bring, Boingo.
I'm yoking your chain.
I know. All right, but yeah. So I linked you internet archive links to the necessary material. So go nuts. If
Well, how about that?
yeah.
Hell yeah!
So
Look
yeah,
at
next
that.
month Analytical Fanboys. Red versus Blue seasons 13 and the Restoration movie, or not season the first 13
1
seasons
till
in the
13.
Restoration movie.
Cool.
Yeah, until 13
A
because I don't want to
million
watch
years
the
later.
bad episodes because I have opinions. We'll get to them.
Why are we even here?
That's what life's greatness
Just the
is.
supper.
No, you'll understand it soon, Simeon. You'll understand it soon. In
Till
jokes.
next time.
Wait, we got front plugger stuff.
Till this time.
Fuck! Okay, we got the other one. I fucked
Okay.
up.
We almost did the gag again. We almost did that gag again from that, like, I think it was the Midnight Gospel episode. Anyway, Boingo, plug your stuff.
Hi, I'm Boingo. You can find me on the internet. Search for Boingo Writer.
Simeon.
Hi, I'm Simeon. I'll be back to posting photos soon at the relevant places. You can find those places by looking at my link tree. It's in the video description.
Cody.
Hello, my name is Snowcone83, and you can find Snowcone83 on Bluesky under that, and on Instagram under never_robot.
Hi, I'm Buster. You can find me at the Buster Corp channel on YouTube and on Bluesky, where I yap about things. So, and yeah, make sure to subscribe to Modular Media for all sorts of podcasting goodness. And again, we'll see you next month on Analytical Fanboys for Red versus Blue.
Or Red versus you.
Also, like, comment, subscribe on the podcast on YouTube, and follow us on our podcasting platform.
That too.